Auburn is considered to be home of the classics because 3 of the most famous classic automobiles ever were built right here in Auburn, Indiana.
The Auburn Accords and Duesenbergs were 3 of the greatest cars ever built in the world.
These vehicles have put Auburn on the map as the classic car capital of the world.
Wayne clearly is a classic Auburn citizen.
It's hard to imagine that this car could have actually won the Indianapolis 500.
He's well known in the community,
Have a good afternoon.
well liked and respected in the community.
He's preserved this community in many ways, and being one of the leaders of preserving one of the greatest courthouses in the world, and in many projects around town.
Wayne Madden is ready to take the wheel as Lions Club's international president. Wayne was born and raised in Auburn, Indiana. He was the oldest of 3 children born to Lauren and Wilma Madden.
I always tell people that I was my mother's favorite son.
Wayne was their only son.
Diane is 5 years younger, and Debbie is 10 years younger.
Wayne was a very good role model for us. I knew I could always count on him for anything.
From our parents, I think all of us kids got a very good work ethic.
We had very caring parents. We just were very close growing up and still are.
And Dad had dressed that teddy bear up and set it in the corner. And we thought it was one of our friends. And I don't know.
As a child, Wayne played baseball on a Little League field built by the Auburn Lions Club.
I played a lot of sports. Basketball was my main love.
On our high school basketball team, Wayne played center, I played forward. He was a natural leader.
Wayne was a lot of fun. I even blocked one of his shots one time.
During high school, Wayne met Linda.
We met at a high school dance.
And we've been together ever since.
When he graduated from high school, Wayne's parents were excited to see him go to college.
They were very proud of him.
We were the first ones in both of our families to get a college education.
My father had always lived that dream, that I would have a better life than what he had had.
At Manchester College, Wayne majored in business education.
My lifelong dream was to be a high school teacher.
A year later, Linda joined Wayne, also majoring in education. As their knowledge grew, so did their love. Those years at Manchester hold a special place in their hearts.
We were volunteering back in college.
Even back then, we helped to move the books from the old library to this brand new library.
A visitor to the college made a lasting impression.
Listening to Dr. King speak, certainly had a lasting impression on all of us. His example and words inspired me to increase my commitment to human rights and helping others around the world.
During their college years, Wayne and Linda got engaged.
He gave me my ring in front of his grandmother's house.
And they were married on a hot day in the chapel on Manchester's campus.
I can remember looking into his face and seeing the sweat run down his face.
I remember after she put the ring on my finger, I looked down at it and I still couldn't see it. I had so much perspiration in my eyes, I had no idea what it looked like.
I love you as much as I did on that day, and even more.
Very good. As kids, you may think you're in love, but 42 years later, after you've raised your family.
Yep, you know it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yep.
The Maddens have 2 daughters, Jennifer and Julie.
We had a lake property that we would go to.
I remember him coming up in the evening after work and going swimming with us.
We had a lot of good times there.
He's very loyal and dedicated to his family, and he will always be there when he's needed.
Got an internship in Washington, D.C. I was flying for the first time by myself. I probably had more than I could handle. When I got off the plane in D.C., there was my dad. He was there to meet me at the airplane. I was never so happy to see him in my life because I really needed help over that little transition of getting safely to where I was going to be.
As the girls got older, I told them, work as hard as you can. The only place you'll find success before work is in the dictionary.
And his career, first as a teacher and later in business, has demonstrated this.
I had the opportunity to go into the insurance business.
In recruiting him, I wasn't sure if he could make it because it's a tough business.
Early on in his career, it was probably hard for him to get up and talk in front of people, but I've seen him change.
Can even ask for additional information.
He was good at selling and he was good at managing people too. His dream was to have his own staff up here in Auburn, and actually he attained that.
He looked at the successful business people in Auburn, and they were all members of the Lions Club, and he decided then that an organization he should join.
I can remember him saying, I don't know why no one from the Lions Club asks us to join.
And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I get this letter from the secretary of the Auburn Lions Club. It said, we're looking for a few good members. Would you be interested? So I immediately responded back, yes.
And the minute he got that letter, he was there.
I joined the Lions Club in October of 1984, but I became a Lion in 1995 when I went on my first eyeglass mission. It's just tremendous. Put a pair of eyeglasses on a person and help them work their jobs or go to school.
Dios lo bendiga.
Wayne got into the club, was very active, arose kind of rapidly.
Wayne was a go-getter. He knew how to get people involved and to serve in his community.
We just knew that he was going to be a good Lion, and this has turned out a great Lion.
Wayne started the Noon Lions Club in Auburn, which has blossomed.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can start your shovels.
All right. With Campaign Cypress 2 under Wayne's leadership, we became one of the few clubs in this area to be a model club.
Operation Kid Sight is the result of Wayne Madden bringing it to Indiana.
See, Mr. Smiley? Atta girl.
Wayne and Linda have gone the extra mile to make sure kids can see clearly so they can read and learn. That love of reading is just one of the traditions they've created with their own grandchildren.
They know that there are certain books that Mima and Papa will read to them, and they look forward to that every time.
Ladybug.
I love being a grandparent, and I know Wayne has the very same feelings.
Before my oldest son was old enough to care, Dad had already brought him a set of golf clubs.
Hey, Maxie, high five here, buddy. Try to take them out as much as we can to the driving range and just let them whack away, just have a good time.
Oh, boy.
I think it's a nice way for them to be able to spend time together, not just now, but as the kids get older.
Wayne's roots in Auburn keep him grounded.
Hey, Marty, how you doing?
He's a very good neighbor, and he does go out of his way if you need his assistance.
We see each other regularly, often in the hardware. He's just a good friend.
Wayne has sent us these postcards from every country that he has been. There's Wayne milking a cow in Brussels.
While they're very proud of what I'm doing, when I come home, they treat me just like they did 10 or 20 years ago. And that's what I look forward to.
He has a gift in his ability to connect with people from all different ways of life.
Alfredo, nice to see you.
Wayne has been a great mentor to those of us in leadership in District 25B, always challenging us to grow and to reach out and provide more service in our communities.
As I got more and more involved in the club and then the state Lions and then the international board, to see what Lions do around the world, your passion for that just grows and grows.
Well, the Lions of Indiana are excited to see Wayne excel to this position. He's kept us moving forward, he's pushed us, been a great leader, and we are proud of it.
I think his strength is in his ability to read people, to put them in the right position to get the job done.
He's going to make a great president and bring us to new heights. He'll get us racing into a world of service.
And a world of service means our clubs around the world are looking at their communities, examining what are the needs, and then meeting those needs through service. Who would ever thought that a guy from small town Indiana would have a chance to lead a worldwide organization? It's a tremendous honor to do that.
Wayne Madden is ready to drive Lions Club's International forward.